today is going to be epic. We're going to Marion, South Carolina, the birthplace of Zephyr.
Hi, I'm Natalie and this is James, and welcome aboard our floating home, Zephyr. Over the past 5 years, we've been on an incredible journey sailing around the world, accompanied by our two trusty dog crew members, Flint and Kira. Join us every Friday for a new video documenting our adventures. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the journey.
Hello everyone, today is going to be epic and I'll tell you why. We're going to Marion, South Carolina, the birthplace of Zephyr. We're gonna pick up some parts, hopefully get a tour of maybe the old factory. I don't know, maybe not. So up until 2020, Beneteau sailboats and powerboats used to also be manufactured in Marion, South Carolina in the USA. And that's where this boat came from. So let's get on the road. We got a 3.5 hour drive, grab the dogs, let's go. Time. So we're almost at the Beneteau factory here. I'm so excited. You know, this is where Zephyr was made and constructed, put together, all that kind of thing, you know. And, you know, it's sad that the factory's not there anymore where they, you know, they made and assembled sailboats and powerboats. But, you know, like it's just going to be so cool to see where Zephyr, you know, rolled out of a factory and, you know, was taken on a truck and, you know, brought to the water. So, you know, we've had Zephyr for 6 years now, and we've done 40-odd thousand nautical miles. You know, she's been around the world almost, and we are about to arrive back to the place where she was born. So my understanding is this is the parts warehouse, and the actual building where they assembled all the boats is just down the street. So we're gonna pick up our parts first, and then we'll see about trying to go check out the actual factory. Alright, well I got it in. Problem is, I got no room for the puppos now. So I gotta figure something out. There you go, you can see our new water tank. It comes with new sensors, which is fantastic. We got the connection, brand new. So you can see the water tank is in. We got one puppo here. We got Kira here. I got a couple of other little parts as well. These brown things are like the push buttons for like when you go to open all the cabinetry and stuff. And then I just got this random other thing. So I guess top tip, if you have a Beneteau and you need Beneteau parts, and I see this a lot of time in the forums, people just don't know where to order them. You can order direct from Beneteau USA if you're in North America. If you're in France, you can actually order direct through Beneteau France. And the way it works is what you need to do is register with a Beneteau dealer in your area, or if there isn't one in your area, the closest one to you. So for where we are, this is the closest one, just down the road. You submit your paperwork showing you own the Beneteau, and they will create a user account in the Beneteau spare parts system. This spare parts system used to be accessible to anybody without having to go through a dealer before they shut down the factory. You could just go online, create an account, and then you could shop through your model of boat and all the parts. Well, now they make you go through the dealer, but the process is essentially still the same. So the dealer will create an account for you, and then you have access to all the Beneteau spare parts that are available. You can get stuff that doesn't even belong to your boat. That's absolutely fine. But it's really great. They got like little picture diagrams, and you can select, you know, you can click on a part of the boat and it'll break down, you know, through an exploded diagram, all the different parts you can order, whether they're available, back ordered, the price of the parts, and then you submit your order. It'll go through to the dealer. They'll then process the order, and you can either come to Beneteau factory pick it up, or they'll ship it for you, obviously at a cost. It's a fantastic program. I see so many people in forums, you know, they can't figure out where to get parts and all that, and really it's so simple. Call up your local Beneteau dealer, tell them you want to be registered for a Beneteau spare parts user, and they will create that for you, and then you can shop till your heart's content. Some of the stuff is cheaper than buying it from a traditional chandlery, and some of it is more expensive, but you know you are getting the original part that was for that boat. And in some cases where the part needed to be made better, or there's a better version of the part, they do make that available as well. So so for example, there's a slight modification on this water tank where they've added some rigid braces where it has the step down in the volume, whereas the older one didn't have. So that's great. That obviously means it's more rigid in a certain way, and they felt that improved things. So awesome. But anyways, we're gonna turn around now, 3.5 hour drive back, and go back to the boat. And we got ourselves our new water tank. Oh my God, you could see an old Beneteau sticker. Let's go check this out. This is hilarious. So that's it. That's where Beneteau, there it is. You can see the old Beneteau logo right there. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if you picked that up on camera, but you can still see the remnants of the old Beneteau sign. Gosh, it's a little sad, isn't it? I don't know. Like I was so excited to come here. Like it's, I don't, like, you know, this boat's been, you know, it's a part of our lives, and it's safely guided us around the world, and it came out right there, you know, 14 years ago. And now they don't even make them there. It's all quiet now. Oh well, a little bit sad, but kind of cool to see where it rolled off the assembly line. All right, now we're going back to the drive. So many people had amazing sailboats come out of that place, including us, all by the you know, the hardworking people that used to work in that factory. It's kind of sad a little bit to see, you know, to think that that's not producing amazing sailboats anymore, but you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. If you want your Beneteau, it's got to come from France now. Well, that's it. It's dark, as you can see. It took me 3.5 hours each way, so 7 hours driving straight. But we've got a new water tank. I'm gonna have some dinner, get some sleep tonight, and tomorrow we're gonna install. Whoa! I put extra lines here. Needless to say, with the wind from Helene causing our marina to be quite rough, I doubled up all the dock lines and we put the water tank installation on hold for the day. A great thing about the sailing community is the way everybody comes together and helps each other out. This poor guy was pinned against the dock and everybody pitched in to help. Unfortunately, this other boat that was pinned up against the dock seems to have suffered some type of steering failure. The rudder is just moving around and the wheel is staying still. After a few hours of bouncing around the marina, we all eventually came through fine. And whisper your words like secrets written in an old moleskin. All right, well, good morning, everyone. We are ready to go on the water tank. I've already taken the mattress out, as you can see. So first up, we are going to remove all this slatting and we're going to take the old water tank out. Now, as far as installing the new water tank, it's pretty much plug and play except for a couple of things. The first and most important thing is we actually have to tap a new valve, which is so that the water produced by the water maker can feed into this tank. I haven't done that before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be all right. And then the second thing we need to do is just double check that the entry pipe that goes into the tank to fill the tank and the overflow pipe are the correct length at the end. I'm pretty sure they are, but sometimes with these things is they'll leave the pipes long and you need to trim, you know, for the length that you need. I'm hoping they are actually just the way they are. And then obviously what we'll do is before we put all the slatting back in, we'll fill the tank up. It's brand new, it shouldn't leak, but we'll make sure before we put the entire bed back together. And yeah, that should be it. Shouldn't be a big job. Hopefully we'll get through it pretty quick here, and we'll be back to having 2 non-leaking functioning water tanks here on Zephyr. All right, well, let's go. All right, so as you can see, we've disconnected all the sensors. We've disconnected the main water line out, so this is what feeds the water from this tank to the system of the boat. We've disconnected the overflow. I just have to disconnect the main fill line, and this is the water maker fill line. So this is the what we're going to have to tap into the new tank. So but you know, we can still install the tank, and we can do this last. So we just take that off, and that's it. Just put that there. So with this tank, oh, I gotta get out of that crouch bit. The easiest way to get this tank out is to actually, before removing the main fill line, is to lift it out and start bringing it closer, and then you have access to get the clamps off, and we'll slide the hose off. And there you go. There's the old tank there. Gotta come Flinty to check it out. We got a new tank here. So this is where I tried to do my final, was a G-flex repair. You can see it's actually, it cracked. It cracked there. These tanks are designed to flex a little bit. Or maybe they're not designed that way, but they definitely flex a little bit when they're full of water. Boat moves around, or you get waves slapping up against the hull. So yeah, so if it just doesn't hold. So yeah, there's definitely been some design changes in this. Let's have a look. I'll show you the main, it's probably the main design change that I've seen. So I'll show you. So this is the old tank. Wow, it's a big color difference here. I guess this is, I don't know why, hasn't been exposed to the sun or anything. But here you have like this step down, right? So this is the deepest part of the tank. And here, it's the same, but they put these ridges in. So, I'm guessing that provides a little extra rigidity to the tank. I'm not too sure. So no, it didn't feel like it was a area that would flex a lot, but I mean, these guys know best. So, and then they changed the caps. This is the old cap. You used to have to place your key to open that, whereas they've got just a nice one like that. And yeah, pretty much the rest looks the same from what I can tell. Now I did check, and these pipes are both the same length as the other ones. So take that off. this back out. Oh, a little bit of water in there. Oh, perfect. Let's get these on first. All right, those are both on. So now I'm gonna start sliding it forward. That's out of the way. Okay. Perfect. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna connect up the overflow. I'll do the electrics. And then, yeah, we're gonna tap the valve for the water maker. So let's do it. Straightforward. What's happening, Lilies? You come to check on me? Yeah, no, you can't come up here, sweetie. No, 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 no. Okay, go back down. All right, we're not, this isn't bed right now. Okay, sweetie? Should connect. Perfect. Okay, electrical box. That goes that. That, I think, goes with that. So what I'll do is I'll check to see if that's correct, because it could go the other way. And the easy way to do that is if it tells me I'm full, then it's the wrong way. All right, so water. So for empty, tank 2 is 3/4. So it's empty. There you go. Well, that's pretty straightforward. So tanks in, we've got our sensor connected, we got our water out, water in, overflow. Now we're gonna tap the valve for the water maker. And I'm really nervous about this because I'm essentially putting a hole in the tank. Oof. This always makes me so nervous doing this. I mean, I just replaced the tank because I had a hole in it, but it's okay, it makes sense. All right, so it's a little later in the day because I decided to try something different. So, as you might recall, I was talking about plumbing in the water maker intake valve for the tank. Now, in the previous tank, as I showed you, you know, you drill a hole and it gets screwed in, so to speak, and glued into the tank. And then that's where the water from the water maker comes into the tank. Well, what I decided to do is, I was a little bit nervous about doing that. You know, it's a brand new tank. And I read somewhere where previous owners have plumbed their water maker intake into the breather valve. Now, I know your first reaction is going to be, well, if you're putting water in, then the tank can't breathe, it's not going to work. That would be true if we had a really powerful water maker, but we don't. The actual intake for the water maker, the actual size of the hose that goes into the tank from the water maker is, what is it? It's like 7 mil. It's absolutely tiny, and we only make 7 gallons an hour. So when the water does flow, it's like a trickle, tiny. The breather valve for the tank is this size here, which is 3/4 of an inch, and the pipe for the water maker, I know it sounds confusing, is like 1/3 of that size. It's absolutely tiny. So even at full flow, it's not going to fill the entire pipe. It's just going to trickle down through it. So it'll still allow the tank to breathe. And it means I don't have to drill any holes. I'm just throwing in a T-valve. Now the problem is it's a very specific, unique types of connections from the water tank using PEX pipes and special threaded ones. So what I had to do is come up with this contraption. I know it's Frankenstein, but it's going to work, I promise you. So this is where the breather valve will come, and then continue from here and connect to the tank. The water maker will put water in through this connection here, go through here, come down, and go in. That's the way I'm thinking it's gonna work. I hope. So I've kept this really short so that when the water comes in, I mean, it's gravity anyways, it'll go in and not just fill up the breather valve, which is what I wanted to avoid. So yeah, this is my little contraption, and I'm basically going to mount it in line. So there is the breather valve for the tank, and this is essentially going to sit in line here. Thanks. Okay, so all right, well, that's it. Our contraption is done. Time to fill it and check for leaks. Well, I won't bore you with the fill process. I'm gonna fill it and then I'll check back in a minute with you guys once it's full. All right, so first check, I put about 60 liters of water. Initially, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any like leaks in the bottom of the tank. So far, so good. So now we'll fill up the rest. All right, as you can see, everything is dry. She's full of water. I can't be happier. We've got a working water tank. Everything is good. I checked this. All of this is good. I tightened this just a little bit, and all the system is holding perfectly. No drips. And there you go. Installation of a new 2010 Beneteau Oceanus 43 water tank. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer. There's not a lot of information out there online about changing out these water tanks on Beneteaus from around this period. So drop me any questions you have. I'll do my best to help you because you know, I found it hard to find information out there myself. So hopefully I can pay it forward. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been, again, more jobs. We're trying to knock them off here before the season starts. So join us next week. We got some awesome stuff planned. Should be fun. And yeah. If you'd like to be a part of the journey and become a patron, go to the link you see here on the screen. Another way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button.